finally come to the coastline. First, Visakhapatnam, and now for the final act at Thiruvananthapuram, his backyard, at this stadium here. Big factor, but they've made 3 changes. But first, Sanju, yes, this is his home ground. And playing for the first time an international game here, Sanju Samson, Karthik mentioned a while ago. Rather quiet this series, Sanju Samson. A lot of potential, a lot is expected of him this game. A lot more watchful. Yes. There he goes. Over covers. Has it gone on the way? Yes.
There's a lot more time in the game than you think. There are a lot more up.
They're sweating on Sanju Samson. Sanju Samson. That's very nice to place. Pushed the ball onto the man and placed it to perfection. Steps out now. And has got a lot of it. Touch and edge. Got the rub of the green, Sanju Samson. Every single is being cheered. That's in the gap. That sounded so good.
The point you made, Speedy, is so applicable or so right for him because
Goes over long on, and he goes a long way. 15 from this over. 29 without loss, India.
Maybe he broke it. And if you're moving outside leg stump, you also run the risk of
your flourish through the offside goes then.
Miss hit. Should be gone, and yes it is. Disappointing series. Ishan Kishan back into the 11. Missed our previous. A superb over. To happen. Down the ground. But wasn't quite over so far. But not any. Again, that pace.
Way just over the head of extra cover, and it almost carried all the way. Just inside the ropes for a piece of kitchen. This will go all the way, I think. Inside third of the back, with very small square boundaries with pace on. Another quick one past the outside edge.
The more international men's games. The second to Nitin Menon would be Venkat Raghavan, 120.
Bowled in, pace on from Ferguson. 145 and change, and he cleans up Abhishek.
Oh, that was
Super in the middle. Be a Kumar Yadav record that is simply superb. Wrong, and on that occasion, I think, looking at it at the back of the hand. No! Yeah, maybe a new batter trying to get Surya down on strike and say timing and placement, gorgeous from the skipper.
Magnificent shot. Perfection in that shot, isn't it? Have a look at the way the first is.
back to his form again. Back amongst runs. Ooh, I take it.
Decent from Ish Sodhi to finish the power play. Plenty of bowling options for New Zealand, 8 in total if required. Straight, not perfectly timed. Was that catch it, sir? I heard. Toe end. Just threw it.
oh yes boy,
There you are, his ball run because he
Just try and cramp him for room. He goes wide. And Sky goes bang. How far? A long way.
was I know where it's going. That's why I didn't even turn back to look. It's when you.
But he shouldn't.
But that's the way he plays. So he makes room. So if he misses, we all have that old saying: if you miss.
Wicket drives it into the surface. 5 from the set.
In his slot, and there was only one way it was going. Ishan Kishan into the act, welcoming each Sodhi with a maximum. In the power play. No! That's a modern way of doing things, Smithy and Sunny G. Just chipping it over the bowler. I think that's the flexibility you talk about in T20 teams. Be it the bat. Go straight. Just short of Finale in there at long off. Once again, it was floated into his half. Ishan Kishan. That was a very, very poor way to finish the over. A crackdown, which was hit for 13 runs coming off that over. 82 for 2. First over ball by man. Mayada wants to run. Goes straight. Steps towards the bowler. And he's driven it straight over the boundary ropes. So slow, but beautifully hit through the offside. And to wait on it, Ishan Kishan. Very good recovery. Goes leg side this time. And it's been dealt with. Yeah, India won the toss in this final T20.
Where, yes, 220 is very much on the cards at 12 runs and over.
Possibly this is the reason why the captains keep bringing in those changes. Don't allow the.
Here's a case in point, Jamison. I think the bowling won over.
I suppose you're looking forward to watching Bevan Jacobs later on. Smithy. Launches one. Really well done. Lucky Ferguson there. For a long. But this has gone all the way. Convincing from Ishan Kishan. And what an innings this has been. He's in red hot form and gets yet in the gap. No chance for the fielders. Down the track, and this time over mid-wicket. He is priming brilliantly. Goes reverse, switch, whatever you want to call it. But he's dealing in boundaries. So 23 so far from this over. 6 again. Oh, you have to feel for East Sodhi. But the crowd are on their feet. Sanju
With pats on the back because that is a match-winning over, perhaps. Ferguson. Nice link for Lockie Ferguson, whose comeback performance. That's a really top shot. I know these aren't big boundaries. I know on a lot of grounds that's one bounce four. But it's just
Game and going forward, when Tilak comes back and is available, then you've got to make a choice there. You've got to choose series 76, now 82, and even that 28 of 13.
That's one way to stop proceedings, isn't it? We'll get four for it. Wasn't quite where he was aiming, but that's the nature of T20 cricket, and there's a smile between bowler and batter on that occasion. It's the single to end a 14-run over. It's 155 for 2. Not with that he won't. And that was off yet another slower ball, but no. See, Jacob Duffy almost fell over in his follow through. He didn't even bother looking up where that one went. 50. Gorgeous shot that is. That is just wonderful, manipulative batting. Anywhere you like. Name a spot. Name a number on the dartboard and I'll find it. New Zealand will be concerned looking at that because all those numbers are very much on it. Stumped that time. Run past one and Santner because he does not give up. Perseveres. Absolutely perseveres and gets his man in the end. Now for New Zealand to limit the damage, they've either got to keep... Oh. Not sure about that. I think one of those at some stage. That is out. Should be out. No. I don't believe I saw that from that man. To the boundary with his feet. So was that in the back of his mind on what kind of technique he was going to use?
Fall of the Indian skipper. Pundy just laid back on that. That is unbelievably good. It really is. To find the power there. Almost backward of point. In square leg. Hammered hard. Beats Finn Allen for 4.
Look at the figures of Mid-Santner. One will say he's not bowled back. Simon, good thing is we're in the com box. There's no respite for the bowlers. I feel bad for them.
In the gap. I think it is in the gap, but it's all the way as well. 97 now for Ishan. Goes again, and that'll be it. Brilliant from Ishan Kishan. His maiden T20 100 comes in international cricket, and that has been superb. And again, this one's out to deep mid wicket, should be taken, and this time Phillips throws the ball on the ground in anger, brings a magnificent innings to an end.
Such a small margin for error when you bowl to batters like Hardik.
Good start for the first legal delivery. That one's been top-edged, deep mid wicket in play. Uncomfortable. Bevan Jacobs out there in the deep. But a very good innings so far. Hits it down the ground and makes the most of it. Finishes the innings off with a 6, India's 23rd. So Abhishek third. The team will be pretty much complete.
That's his job.
Cracker at the top of the order too.
Ending as well. Played brilliantly in his 6 overs. It's a very wide font. Good start. That's our team up with quite a good delivery there.
Leg side, so he's looking to. And deep backwards square.
Leg side.
And that protection at third.
This month. Here. Straight.
He's got a bit bigger. Now, become.
That's gone quite wide. In fact, it's going to be exposed there.
To take the ball away from the... And it went for 4.
Vacant. It's long on. without overhitting the
We kind of agreed that he was a little bit in strike rate.
theoretically be a wide for mine now, and he's nodding back at him, so pretty soft dismissal in the a weird one after a really good
Seeing a simple chip, dramatic over, wide. I'm sorry for
this beautiful ground with everything in his face. Really is Van Allen.
effortless, slower one to start.
A couple of bounces and that'll roll and
You're playing at Perth and in Australia, it's a very
done. Hasn't he? First glimpse of him, just too short to swing at all. But come down in the top bracket. Boom. Where do you bowl to Finn Allen?
This was the one.
From it, and that has given Archie 6 for 1. It's not been in again. I would have thought Bumrah might just 3.1 overs.
just used the 5 bowlers in the previous.
Interesting thing about this player, I think, to encourage the bowlers. And it mid off. The tall layer poor on this, he couldn't quite get
Off it. And was good enough, powerful enough.
bowler that far.
And also maybe not quite a...
Bumrah. Just to let us know about that. A 50 comes up. The fastest
Hit the ground and the most
quick. And that's timed beautifully as well, the way into the stands.
Pitch it a little bit short. Indian batting.
Couple of games off. Air and will go over the bar.
Shot. Exactly the wicket they were mis-dumping. Power it. India needed. To every corner.
Six more.
Side that he can, bat comes and then he just 4 kilometers per hour.
Just a no look.
Inside the line quite nicely.
And underneath it.
Mentioned he's been wearing his line and length from a batter whom he expected would toe end of the bat and the save. And 31 for 3.
Very good. Bring two big wickets instead of Finel. 130.
Okay. Just a clean strike.
Put him under some pressure. It's that man. You can't keep Indra.
Was it a knuckle ball? Some which is where area. Good ball.
Gets a wicket.
Captain. Falling apart here now.
Towards a cover point, quick bouncer. The earlier one. Captain is 137 for 5.
Every
It's lucky he's scoring it at all.
Should catch these.
goes for chase.
From New Zealand, it's in the bag, but that was... He's given up there. I don't know about that.
It's a 10 run.
This is a wonderful hit. This. Look at that delivery nicely with the angle.
Bowler, even if you're Bumrah.
It just wasn't comfortable. You could see. Unfortunately for Jacobs, but he's on his way back for 7.